Starting in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Good evening, sir. We will be starting in a few minutes.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we'll be starting. Actually, I'm waiting some more participants to join. Having only 20 people, including me, so I'm waiting some more people to join. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. We'll start at 5:40.
सारे स्किल ग्रुप्स में लिंक सर्कुलेट कर देना मीट की.
Yeah, like those who are here, just circulate the link to your friends. Those who are not able to join, maybe they are not getting email, they are getting in a spam folder or wherever. So please try to circulate the link for those people who haven't joined yet. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's start then. So Aditya, should I start?
Yeah, Jyoti.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Hello
Okay,
and
guys. So,
welcome everyone.
mhm.
I am your host, Jyoti Prakash. We at Befikra Community thank you all for taking out time to join us today. Befikra Community is a community of developers, mentors, and learners. It is a community which is uniting learners, mentors, developers, and companies all over the world in the technology sector. If you are a beginner in web development or don't know anything about how it works, then this is the right opportunity for each one of you because the session is going to be a beginner oriented and we will provide you the much needed guidance for your journey ahead. I know that today's topic may bring several questions to your mind, so I want you all to be patient as we will address as many questions as we can in the time we have today. You can post your questions in the chat section, or those join on Google Meet can unmute their microphones and ask questions directly. So feel free to drop questions or share your struggles and experiences. And don't worry about making notes immediately, since the meeting is recorded and will be available to you on YouTube. So without further ado, let me introduce to our guest speaker, Mr. Shivendra Jha. He has completed his bachelor's from SRM University in Computer Science and Engineering and worked with the Climber as a youth sales representative and marketing intern. He is currently the vice president and technical head at Logicplay. So, I introduce. So, I welcome all of you to this webinar, which is collaborated by Logicplay SRM, the Student Developer Clubs LNMIIT, and the GFG EUFC. Over to you, Mr. Shivendra.
Yeah, thank you, Jyoti. Thank you for the introduction. That was good. So, my name is Shivendra Kumar Jha, and currently I'm in final year student. I'm in my eighth semester right now, and so today I'll be taking a session of web development. Before that, I just wanted to know my audience, like how many of you are from first year of engineering, so that I can
Sir,
know like. Uh-huh.
me, sir. Me, sir.
Okay. Some of the students has raised their hand. Okay. And how many of you are from here, like second year? Second year. How many of you are from SRM? So many people. Okay, most of the people. Some SRM Ramapuram campus, right? That's great. Okay. I guess very few people from third year. How many of you are from third year? Okay, you guys. Sure, these people are here. That's great. Nisha. Okay, so how many of you have attended any of my session previously?
No, sir. आज
Okay.
I have also.
Is my screen is visible, everyone?
Yes.
Fine. So let's get started. Before getting into full stack development and before getting started, before talking about this web development and all, let's get started. Like, why do we need this particular web development, and why do we need this technology itself? So how many of you here is aware of the word industry 4.0? See, this is not like your regular class, so just this session is going to be approx for 1 hour, so just make it an interactive. I just want to talk with all of you over here. This session, like 10 to 15 minutes, I'll be talking about the all the technologies which we are into right now. All the technologies which is trending in all over the world, which is prominently getting used almost by all of the companies. So how many of you heard this particular name, like industry 4.0? Anyone can come up?
No, sir.
Okay, no. Is there anyone who will say yes, I know this word and I can define this particular word, industry 4.0?
Sir,
Uh-huh.
sir, it is means it is defined for that kind of automation and data exchange in the technological sector.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone wants to add something more about this? Come on, guys, just make it interactive. Industry 4.0. Now we
Excuse
are
me, I have joined just now. Can you please brief me about what has happened till now?
nothing happened. Actually, we just about to start this particular session. Just now it started. Okay, I'm asking a very first question. Like, what do you think about Industry 4.0? Have you ever heard of this particular word before? Anyone? Okay, no problem. So, how many of you here think like we can run our any kind of company anywhere without using technology? Anyone? Do you think like we can use any we can run any kind of business in India or anywhere in the world without technologies in today's world? What is your view on this particular, like if somebody will say you like I'm going to run a business, and then like do you think it is possible to run that business without technology, without using technology?
Absolutely no.
Yeah, exactly. You can't even think of that because I like in whatever domain, if you'll be seeing, like if you are talking about healthcare, if you are talking about education, if you are talking about media and entertainment, transportation, government sectors, various government sectors, you know, banking, finance, whatever sector you will be seeing everywhere nowadays, we are using technology. Without technology, we can't even think of anything, right? So the technologies like yeah, someone saying something. Yeah, so like we can't even think. So this is what we can't even think of running any business in, at any stage without technology. So technology is really very much important for any kind of business in India. So what I was saying, like industry 4.0. So see, this is the fourth revolution of industry right now, which is there in India. So if it is fourth revolution of industry, then there might be first revolution, second revolution, followed by third revolution, and then uh, for now it's fourth revolution, right? So in the same way, we are having like in India, we are having industrial revolution 4.0. Before industry 1.0 was there. So in that, in that industry, they're like they were working on water, steam, mechanical production. So these kind of, if you've seen like before we were using like what to say that old trains, if you've seen in movies, they were like giving coal in that train and that train is working. So mechanical kind of products, and they were working on that kind of technologies at that time. So at that time, like they were working on water, steam and mechanical production kind of thing. So that was the first revolution of industry, that they named that in revolution as the first revolution, that was industry 1.0. Followed by that, when electricity and mass production came, at the time when electricity was discovered, that was really a huge, at that time everybody thought like how this bulb can glow, how it is even possible. So at that time the concept of electricity came. At the same time the concept of mass production came in 80s 70s approx. So that mass production, in the sense, anyone know what is the meaning of mass production?
The use of assembly line to produce something.
So mass production is something like, when a particular company started making many similar kind of products. Suppose I'm going to make a bulb, that will be a prototype, and if we are making that thousand or lakhs of bulb in similar kind of a prototype is getting cloned for many, so that is something mass production. We will be producing anything in mass. So the concept of this mass production and electricity came into industry 2.0. Okay. And when internet came, at that time. That was a very big revolution at that time, that was totally of electronics, IT and automation kind of thing arises at that time. When internet came, everybody was like, what is this? Like, we are getting to you, we are used to getting connected, like we are connected to the other peoples, we are able to talk with other peoples through internet. So people were getting connected, so they think like, what is this, how it is happening? They thought this is some kind of rocket science. So that was a big revolution came at the time of internet, approx 1969 it came. So that was also a industrial revolution. Okay, at that time this world wide web came, www, at that time only it came. Okay, so this was all about, you can say the industry 1.0, industry 2.0 and industry 3.0. Okay, so industry 1.0 was all about the mechanical production. People were working with their hand and making some kind of tools, and with that tool they were making some kind and solving some kind of problem, real world problem, with using their mind. In industry 2.0, electricity came and they made everything so easy in like they lighten up whole world. So that was also a big revolution, that 2.0. And in 3.0, that internet came and electronics, IT, automation, these all came in industry 3.0. And talking about industry 4.0 that we are having right now, we are into industry 4.0. It came approx 2011 in India, and till now it's industry 4.0 only in India. In another countries like US and China, kind of in China, some cities in China, they are into industry 5.0. But like in India now it is 4.0 only because of some political uh, kind of thing. This industry 4.0 also came late in India. Okay, so we are into industry 4.0. When I said industry 4.0, at that time, what I mean by that, like we are having all the latest technologies we are working on right now in India. So there's, you might have heard of artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, big data analytics, cloud, cognitive cloud. So these all comes under industry 4.0. Not only that, augmented reality, virtual reality, simulation, these all are under industry 4.0. Obviously this web development, this is also under industry 4.0 itself. The concept of robotics, everything came into existence after industry 4.0. Okay, so is it clear everyone now what is industry 4.0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll be taking questions at the last. Okay, so I guess like it's clear to you how exponentially the things grown up from industry 1.0 till now. We are into the world of these all things like robotics and all. So this is all about the industry 4.0 right now. Okay, so talking about industry 4.0, we are having advanced robotics, obviously that robotics in the sense, you might have heard of the Jarvis Iron Man. How many of you are here fan of Iron Man? Great, so I'm getting many hands up, so super. Yeah, so that is something, that is artificial intelligence, a huge, like a big project of artificial intelligence, you can say. So advanced robotics, adaptive manufacturing, augmented reality. So augmented reality, you might have heard of that if you'll be into mall or anywhere in you know a gaming center in mall, you'll be over there also, you'll be seeing some kind of simulation is happening. You will feel the things like I'm touching that particular thing and I'm feeling in virtually. Likewise, these things like the concept of augmented reality and virtual reality came up. Simulation in the sense, we will be seeing in gaming center in mall, you'll be sitting on bike and you'll be feeling like I'm really riding this bike on rocks, on mountain. You will be feeling likewise. That is a real kind of simulation they will made you with the help of virtual reality kind of thing. So that is all about simulation. You will feel something in your mind that is getting simulated in the form of technology, and that will be feeded in that software, and you'll feel that all things that happening to you in real. Okay, so that is something simulation. Industrial internet also came into existence, like in huge industry 4.0, the about cloud, the cognitive cloud, obviously into industry 4.0, cyber security, obviously, and big data analytics, web development. So these all are the things which came into existence in industry 4.0, and this is exponentially increasing on every day to day basis. There is a huge, paradigm in the field of this industry, and this technology is exponentially increasing on daily basis, and every company is in demand of employees. They are searching for good and skilled engineers, so that this field is really like so much in needful for the skilled engineers, the people who knows these all technologies, the technologies which is mentioned over here. And it is like, it is not just one line or two line or one two word, it is whole course. These all are the whole course of full MS. So you'll be if your plan is to doing MS kind of, then you will be doing the full course of MS in artificial intelligence in particular domain. So this is full course, full dedicated course. So this is all about in today's world companies looking for. They are, if you'll be getting into any kind of company, they'll be training you on these particular technologies, and they'll be saying you to work with this. Okay, so this is all about industry 4.0. Yeah, so what this industrial revolution 4.0 did, obviously they strengthened the infrastructure, they strengthened the like obviously the connectivity. They, like in today's world, you'll be listening whole cities connected to each other. Like you expected that in half an hour there will be a rain. So improving connectivity, you are getting connectivity. Obviously you can connect with anyone throughout this whole world with one of your phone or a smartwatch, any kind of thing you are having, you can connect. So you can keep track of your health and all the thing, that everything is connected in that way. So obviously the connectivity is improved a lot, and AI to empower artificial intelligence empowered a lot, and enable especially able people, in the sense the people who are not able to watch, the people who are not able to walk. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is having that kind of project in this field, that they can, if some people is not able to watch, then there is a project called Scene AI. They will be getting specs, and they'll be wearing that specs, and they can feel the scenario in front of them. If somebody is not having leg, with the help of artificial intelligence and augmented reality kind of technology, you can make a leg for them, and they'll be feeling that I'm having leg, and they can walk. So obviously the people who are not especially able to walk, they will be getting so much ease of living. So that is also there also, and improving the ease of living in today's world. Like suppose if you are out of food, you will be ordering online. If you want to order something, like you don't need to manually go to shopkeeper and just shop to any retail to order something and take. You can do everything online. Not only that, the ease of living is on next stage. Like everything in today's world is getting so much automated. So the ease of living, you can say, that is on the next stage. And ease of doing businesses, obviously, as I already said, we can't even imagine to work on any kind of business without using technologies. Okay, so that is also the thing. Like for doing business also, it is damn important. Like you just need to use this particular technologies, all the technologies I have mentioned, to strengthen and get, in order to get more and more revenue, and in order to get, you know so that's all the thing. And obviously the elevating the poverty, it's reducing poverty in the sense, before people used to be so much poor. Now with the help of technologies, the things is getting, everybody's working from home, and they are earning good amount of money. So obviously the rate of poverty also decreases from this. Better and low cost healthcare. So before it was like manually, everything was so manual. Now everything got online. So obviously the things got so better, and at low cost we are able to fetch everything. Everything will be getting in low cost. Okay, so yeah, providing new technologies and equipments to farmer, obviously. So what I mean to say by that, these all are the things which like we can't even think in today's world, we can't even think of our life without technology. So these all are the things. uh, this is the way you can see, like before we were having smartphones, before smartphones also we are having like telephones. We were using telephones to talk with people. Now again the smartphone came again, like a smart home, a smart home in the sense every appliances of our home will be connected to our mobile phones, so we can monitor our full home, with a single mobile. Suppose if you are out of milk, and in today's world we are getting the smart kitchen, in that we'll be having a smart refrigerator. If you are out of milk in your if there is no milk in your refrigerator, what refrigerator will do? The refrigerator will see like, okay, I'm out of milk. Refrigerator itself will send a message to retailer that this particular home is not having milk. So that retailer will call you in your fridge there is no milk. If you want, I'll be sending that. They'll be confirming and they'll be sending it. So you can see the ease of living, ease of living, how it is
Hello, sir.
getting so much easy. Uh-huh.
I would like
Yeah.
to add something.
Somebody say. Uh-huh.
Sir, one of the greatest
Yeah.
thing that mankind has witnessed is applying and driving a car with machine learning. Who would have
Uh-huh.
imagined that such a diverse database it would need? Who would have imagined
Mm-hmm.
that driving a car with machine learning would be possible?
Exactly. And today it is possible, right?
Yes, sir.
Smart car. We are having the concept of a smart car. Tesla
Yes,
already
Tesla.
launches that. That was the project of Google, and Tesla already launches that. And it's working. So we are
Yes.
having a smart car, and in future there is like in many factories is like a smart factories kind of. If you've seen like in many restaurant will be like robot restaurants. There no waiters will be there. Only robots will be serving. They will be on. They'll be only doing so in future also. It is expected that smart factories will be there. There only the artificial intelligence like robot will be working over there. So you can see how this exponentially growth in particular technology, like how it is growing. So there is a chance that it will be on use like up to 2030. You can expect like that everything will be so much automated. The In the field of automation, most of the thing is getting done, and it is expected that it will go more and more and more. Okay. So yeah, that's what. Is it clear?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, can you check WhatsApp?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So see, this is what the technologies we have already gone through. Like this, these all are the technologies which is there in today's world. Now the thing is like I just wanted you guys to aware of these particular technologies, and there are many technologies I have mentioned over here. But the theme of our today's session is like we'll be moving forward to the web development, as I have already mentioned over here that these all are the technologies which is there in industry 4.0. So in today's world, web development, it is the most prominent it is most prominent. You can say that technology is working out there. Every company need a developer. Okay. uh, you, Talking about any company or a startup, wherever you will go, they need a backend developer, front end developer, database engineer. So these all are the things they need in today's world. Obviously they need a web developer to run any kind of company. So we will be getting into that web development now. Okay. So is it clear to everyone, like industry 4.0?
Yes, sir.
So let's get into this full stack development. We'll see like how we can start with web development, our journey to web development. So well, so this is a word like you can say full stack web development. So what do you think this particular stack means? What is the meaning of this stack? The first question.
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Sir, your voice is
Hello,
breaking.
is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now is it fine?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now it's fine.
Okay, so the very first question I would like to ask you, everyone, like this is full stack web development. Coming to web development, you already know what is web development. What do you mean by stack? The first letter, like what is a stack?
So, may
Yeah, please.
sir, using stack means using multiple languages like one stack, MongoDB, Express, React, Node.js. In mean stack, there is same MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node.js.
Mm-hmm.
Means building a project with multiple technologies.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Super. So let's move forward. See, anyone wants to add something to this stack? Anybody's having any other view of this stack? What do you think of a stack? Come on, guys, interact. This is a very simple question. Anyone? Mm-hmm. Okay, see. So stack means what to say, like, for making any kind of software. If you want to make any software or any application, anything, if you want to make, there will be certain technologies used in that, right? Suppose you want to make this Google Meet you are using right now. So for making Google Meet, you need certain technologies. When I say technologies, in the sense, you will be using, suppose if you are making that from React, you will be need a React language. And after that, suppose you are using in database, you are using MongoDB, you will need MongoDB, so for writing all the codes where you will be writing, you will need VS Code or VS Code editor, you know. So these all are the things which you will be using, like all the technologies which you will be using to make a particular software. All the technologies which you'll be using to make a complete software, that including all that software, is known as stack. Okay, so that's the thing. Full stack in the sense, all the technologies which we need to make a particular website or web application, or any kind of application. So that's the meaning of stack. So if you'll be working in a company as well, there will be a stack using by that company. They'll be using a particular stack. They will be saying, I'm using for my company, we are using Golang, we are using Node.js for backend, we are using React for front end. So they'll be saying like that. So that is the stack for that particular company. They'll be using Postman for getting for fetching APIs, and also that's the stack they'll be using for their company. So that's the meaning of stack. Is it clear, everyone? What is the meaning of stack? Just one confirmation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the only thing. It is written over here. A stack is a combination of technologies that is used to create a website or web application. Such technologies include various libraries, frameworks, APIs, and database, etc. The same thing which I have mentioned. Stack is a combination of technologies that is used to create website and web application. Such technologies include various libraries, frameworks, APIs, and database. So that's only the thing. And such technologies are used by full stack developer to create the front end, back end, database, etc. Okay, for website and web application, there are various stacks, as someone before mentioned, like mean stack, mun stack. In the same way, we are having various stack development. So full stack development is the combination of both client side and client side. When I said client side, in the sense front end, and back end means server side. So there will be, like, whenever you are making a website, a complete website, there will be two things. First will be the client side, that is the UI part. Okay, user interface and user experience, UI UX part. So this client side is known as front end, and another will be back end. That is the back end, that is called server side. Okay, so that's all, like, including this front end, that is client side, and server side, back end, including these two, we will be getting full stack development. Okay, so companies will be saying that we need a full stack developer, in the sense they need a people who knows client side, that is front side, as well as the back end. Okay, so we are having a stack like this Mun stack. In Mun stack we are having MongoDB, E for Express, that is you know and after that we are having uh, MER for React. That React is for front end, and this MongoDB is for database, and Express is a framework of Node.js that is especially used for backend. And after that we are having, and that is Node.js. Okay, so that is runtime environment. Node.js is runtime environment of JavaScript. There will be running our JavaScript code outside of browser. Okay, so we'll be getting into that. So what I mean to say, like full stack developer must have knowledge of both client side as well as server side, both side. Okay, when I said client side, in the sense, if we'll be talking about client side, so if we'll come over here, see, this is the interface of Google Meet. Okay, so this is the client side. Okay, so this is client side, in the sense this is interface. So if you want to see the client side code, you can inspect over here and you can view all source code as well. Okay, from here you can see the entire kind of functions it is used for JavaScript and all. You can view source code over here. So this is what I mean to say, like this is the user interface, in the sense we are having this button. Okay, button, in the sense we are using all the buttons which we are having, and that all known as the front end part. Okay, so talking about backend, there will be like this backend is this front end is connected to backend. That is maybe that is like, suppose we are having a database, so we want to fetch some data from database. So in that case we need some API to call that particular API, and we'll be populating everything on front end. So these all are the things, like using front end and back end, we can make a full stack developer. Okay, so is it clear, everyone? Front end and back end.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so talking about this, like just giving you an example. Suppose if you want to make a website, full stack website, then what you will be using over there. So for making front end part, you need to in a case, I'm saying there is tons of technologies available to make front end. So typically if we'll be talk about the front end, then you must have knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This is the minimal requirement. Okay, when I said these three, it's not like you need to know 100% of this. It's not even possible to know 100% JavaScript for anyone. We will be learning 50%, 60%. You need to learn 75 to 80% of this HTML, and 60 to 65% of CSS, and 50 to 55% of JavaScript. Okay, and if you know these three uh, technologies this much, that is good to go. You can start with front end development. Okay, talking about backend, there are various languages out there. Like nowadays Node.js is most prominently, that is really very much famous in today's world. Node.js for backend. So not only Node.js, we are having PHP, we are having Java. Obviously Java is very, like, it is getting used by big enterprise in today's world. So for backend software, if we talk about Java, we are having ASP.NET, and we are having
Django.
Golang. Yeah, Django stack is also there. So
Flask.
from Django we can do front end as well as back end. So and Django, and we are having C sharp. If somebody has listened of this, C sharp is also for back end. So these are the things which is getting used like most of the time. So in today's world, if you talk, then most of the company is using Node.js, because Node.js is like so much popular for their asynchronous behavior, and it is working so much fast as compared to other backend languages. Talking about Node.js, if you'll say, that is working more and more faster than Java. Like PayPal, if you heard of a company, it is a PayPal were using Java for their backend, Spring. and they later on they converted that particular Spring to that. They coded everything in Node.js, and they found like it is 10 times faster than that, and they are getting, you know. um when they are requesting for anything from backend, they are getting 10 times faster than previously using Java. So Node.js in today's world, it is getting so much famous. Okay, so this is all about the client side and server side, if we'll say. Okay, so there are various stacks available for full stack development. So if you'll talk like month stack, obviously MongoDB, Express, React.js, Node.js. Mean stack, in the same way, we are having mean stack. Talking about mean stack in the sense MongoDB. MongoDB is a database that is no SQL, no SQL database. How many of you know what is no SQL database? Anyone? Anyone know about MongoDB? What is this? Come on, guys, interact. Are you guys popping up? Are you getting like what I'm saying to convey, and are you getting that, or I'm getting a more
Yes, sir,
fast?
please.
Okay, so what do you think about MongoDB? What is it? Anyone? Anyone knows about SQL? Like,
Database.
yeah, that is okay. Database, that is database. So, like, which kind of database it is? Anybody knows about it?
Sir, SQL uses table type, I guess something.
Okay. See,
And
talking about database, whenever you will make a website, at that time, obviously you need a database. Okay. So, in today's world, this what to say, this MongoDB, these all are really very very much famous. Okay, talking. So I will just say you about database. What is all the things like database? What is database? So talking about DBMS, database management system. If we'll talk about that, then DBMS is having SQL, that is a structured query language. Okay, as well as we are having no SQL. Okay, these two are here. So talking about SQL, in SQL we are having MySQL, and after that we are having Oracle, if you have heard of. Okay, after that we are having Postgres SQL. So these all are come into a structured query language. Okay, so in the sense what SQL is like, this is RDBMS. First of all, we are saying this RDBMS means relational database management system. Relation means tabular. So whenever you will be having data in tabular form, at that time you will be using SQL. The companies like IRCTC, or any kind of typical company, you can say. So company like IRCTC, it is using totally SQL in today's world, because they are having everything in a table form. You will be writing, right? You will be giving your PNR to check your ticket status, and you'll be getting train number. This is the train number, this is the train name, from here to there, your you know designation, here you are going. So these all are the things, that is all a column inside a database. So there will be a table in the form of table, that will be in the form of table. Okay, so that is something SQL. Okay, so whenever we will be having Excel kind of data, at that time we can apply SQL. And in NoSQL, in the sense non-relational database, we are saying this RDBMS. DBMS is divided into two parts, that is RDBMS and non-RDBMS. NRDBMS. In non-RDBMS, we are having NoSQL, means not only SQL. In NoSQL, we are having databases like MongoDB, if you have heard of MongoDB. Cassandra is there. uh, Apache Hive is there. Okay, HBase is there. These all are the database which is NoSQL database. Okay, and NoSQL is more efficient than SQL. And in today's world, we are having only 80% of data. Sorry, we are having only 20% of data which is in a structured form. You know, only on 20% of data we can apply this SQL. Rest of that 80% of data is unstructured. Okay, so in that unstructured data, we can apply the concepts of NoSQL. With the help of NoSQL, the technologies like MongoDB, we can apply on this 80% of data, and we can torture that data, and we can get some kind of insight from that data. Okay, after getting some, after analyzing and after performing some kind of operation, we can get out like some insights from that data. Okay, what that data wants to tell you. So NoSQL, what I mean to say by that NoSQL is much more effective than SQL. Okay, so that's why most of the latest web development, tech stacks is getting used, like using the MongoDB. In talking about over here, if you'll see like in this board, mean and this MongoDB is common. So like NoSQL database is getting more and more famous because they can deal with unstructured data. Talking about Express, this is a framework for Node.js. We'll be dealing the backend. Express will make more easy for dealing with backend. Okay. So talking about React.js is for backend, and at the same time we are having AngularJS over here. This is also for front end. Okay, so React.js and AngularJS, this is for front end, and this React.js and React.js, is mainly used for SPA, single page application. Suppose before how it was, running. If you'll talk about, sorry. So leave it. So yeah, before how website was running, suppose if you'll open any, if somebody used Facebook before, like in now also, if you'll open your Facebook, you will be seeing like different kind of pages. If you will if you'll open over here any website, if you'll open, you will see like if you'll open this Google, okay, if you'll open Google only, or in Google, just search something, anything like suppose Google Form Create. We says that, right? So what you'll see over here, we are having Google Form Create, and we are having slash something over here, right? This slash. What will happen? Like when you will be searching anything after this slash, that is another page. Suppose if you want to go to images, when you will click on image, it will go to like google.com/image /video/news/map, everything, like, and they will be taking time to load that particular page. It will go like when you will open the Google, at that time when you will search /image, it will go to /image page. So that will take some time. Okay, that will take some time to open that particular page. What React did, what React will do, React will make everything inside a single page. Okay, so with the help of React, we can make everything in a single page. So suppose you might have seen Netflix, you might have seen Hotstar, you might have seen WhatsApp Web. What is this? This is single page application. We are converting a mobile application into a web application inside a single page. Everything will be in a single page. So there will be very less. If you want, suppose if you'll open Gmail, okay, if you'll open Gmail, this is also a single page application. Okay, so before it was like it is very tough. If you want to go to new page, it will take time. It will, so that kind of, now it is not getting that much. It's getting damn easy now. Okay, so when you will click, you will see directly you are getting into new page. No, that will not reload at all. So they are using this kind of technologies that is making this web development part so much easier than we can't even expect of. Okay, so yeah, well, so we were talking about this React.js, talking about Node.js. Node.js is very much prominent in today's world. You can say most of the company is shifting to Node.js. Like before, they were using PHP, they were using Java. Nowadays, every company is shifting to Node.js. Why? Because Node.js is so much fast for their asynchronous behavior. Okay, Talking about Node.js, Node.js is a runtime environment. Anybody knows about what is Node.js? Anybody know? Can somebody tell me what is Node.js? Okay, I will say you. See, before what was happening,
Sir,
huh,
can I say?
yeah, please come on.
Sir, can we say like that? That means the JavaScript engine that was run on Google Chrome, they combined it with C++, and then Node.js was formed like that.
Exactly. Super. That's something I was looking for. See, before what was happening before 2009, before 2009, sorry, uh, the JavaScript code was running you know, only on browser. Every browser is having their JavaScript runtime environment. Okay, so like suppose Google Chrome is having V8, Microsoft is having Chakra. Okay, and this Mozilla Firefox is having a Spider Monkey. So these all are the runtime environment to run JavaScript code. Before before 2009, every particular JavaScript code was run only on inside a browser, and every browser is having inbuilt runtime environment for JavaScript. But after 2009, Rael Dan came with a concept. What he did, he he uses the V8 engine of Chrome, and inside he did some kind of coding using C++, and he made Node.js. He came up with the idea of Node.js. So from that time, it's getting more and more famous. Okay, so Node.js is very important, and Node.js is having the asynchronous behavior, in the sense they will not wait for, if you are giving some kind of request to your server, it's not like they'll be performing only that request at that time. If they will be performing multiple requests at the same time, that is multi-threading concept. So they'll be handling many threads at a time. If you are giving many requests to them, they'll be handling that. Okay, so that is about what to say, Node.js. And talking about mean stack, in this AngularJS is different, and that is also for front end. Okay, so in the same way, we having Django stack, Django, Python, and MySQL. And Django is having MySQL inbuilt. That's SQLite. If somebody had worked on this, and yeah, obviously we're having lemp stack as well, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So these are the stack. Not only these stacks, there are still many stacks which is getting used for designing front end and back end, full stack development. There is still many stacks are there. Okay, so let's talk something more about one stack. So it's not like talking about all the stack. It will be taking much and more time, and we already have discussed about one stack. So let's see somewhat, like I have mentioned some of the slides in this PPT. So Munstack development is a JavaScript development stack which makes front end and back end development a lot easier, reliable, and helps in faster development. Okay, obviously, using technologies like React, they'll be making everything inside a single page, and they won't even take to load pages. They will be dealing with so many tons of APIs, and they'll be giving you everything you need in a very less amount of time. So that's really very much faster and highly scalable. Okay, so Munstack include four technologies. Obviously, we've seen like MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. So each one of these technologies provide a complete end-to-end frameworks for developer while developing large-scale websites and web applications. Okay, so uh, talking about SPA, we already talked, like one of the greatest feature of Munstack is it provide SPA. Anyone know what is SPA? I have mentioned before also many times.
Single page applications.
Super. So SPA is single page application. It is a technique which makes a web page more dynamic. Obviously, this will make so much dynamic, in the sense you can go to any, you will be clicking on that particular button, and you'll be getting redirected to that very much. And you can change, if you will be changing, that will be reflecting on your front end. So it's very much dynamic. Okay, for various web components, it avoids the reloading or refreshing of the pages. Suppose I shown you like google.com/images. it will take a time, it will rotate on the top, and then you will be getting redirected to that. But in case of this React, you'll be using, at that time it won't even take that much time to reload or refreshing, okay, of the particular page. So and it will show you the new content use, and this way you can save much more time, okay. Instead of reloading, single page application helps in rendering or new contents for the same web and components and update the page, okay. It will render for some time and it will update all the changes on your page, okay. So that was all about single page application. So now let's look upon the components of one stack uh, to become a full stack developer. So front end, if we'll talk, front end development is a stage of web development where we can give our website, a web application, an appearance or responsiveness. Okay, so that's the thing. Like UI UX, you'll be saying now user interface and user experience. So that's the front end. I already mentioned everything. I guess I have explained everything in first slide itself. After that, also I had written all this. I'll be sharing this PPT. It will help you in future. If you forget something, you can refer to that this particular PPT. Okay, so yeah, user can directly interact with the front end part of our website and web application. It allows convert data into graphical components. Obviously, some data is there in backend. With using API, you are calling from front end, and API will go to database and fetch all the data whatever you want, and that will show you in front end part. So there's only the front end development stage. Okay, so typically I already said you like the very basic front end technologies, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is most important and most prominent. Okay, so I guess you already know about this hypertext markup language. It gives a basic foundation or a structure of our website or web app. Sorry, if you are making any kind of website, and if you are into web development, the prerequisite is like HTML. You need to know at least 50 to 60 or 70% of HTML. That is more important. Okay, so HTML also helps us to link between multiple web pages. You'll be making that slash images, slash videos, that kind of thing. You can make that from this HTML using HTML. Okay, so it helps us to define content within tags. And yeah, HTML is all about tag. In HTML, you just need to know about the tags. I guess if you in your first year or second year, you might have gone through HTML and you've seen various tags we are having. Okay, so HTML is all about tag. There is nothing much more than tags. Okay, you just need to know about tags. Okay, so talking about CSS, obviously we will be styling our website. So CSS is for styling. And like if I'll talk about this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a nutshell, we can say like suppose our body is there, right? In our body, whole skeleton without muscles. Whole skeleton is like HTML. Then if you will give muscles, and you will be coloring muscles in different color, then that is CSS. Okay, and the functions like eating, your hand, you walking, those all are functions. So that is JavaScript, you can say. Okay, so talking about CSS, CSS stands for cascading styles. It helps us giving complete design, the structure that implement using HTML. We will be whatever structure we had provided to our website, we can give a complete design using HTML. Okay, so it makes web pages more presentable and provides great user experience and user interface. Okay, so you'll be getting responsiveness also using CSS. So these are the things. JavaScript, obviously JavaScript is the most popular scripting language and helps us to giving full functionalities. So talking about functionalities, we will be giving like this is soul of a website. You can't even imagine to run a website without JavaScript. No function. If you want to apply any function, there is no use of those all things. The buttons you have created, everything like if you want to do some kind of function from that, then you obviously need. Okay, so here like we are having React.js, that is the part of this JavaScript itself. Okay, so talking about React.js, so we have already talked like React.js is a open source JavaScript like library, and it developed and maintained by Facebook, and it is used for creating views, that takes rendered in HTML and provides the function in single page application. So we already have talked about all these things, React.js, and basic. You must know learning like before you want to learn the prerequisite, if you'll say, before you learn React, then you must have knowledge of hypertext markup language, that is HTML and CSS, understanding of modern JavaScript. You should at least know 40 to 50% of JavaScript, a basic understanding of DOM, how it is working, and NPM, obviously, how this Node.js NPM. While working with this React.js and Node.js, you need to install this NPM, Node Managed Package, globally. Okay, Node Package Manager is NPM. So that's only the thing, like that when he including V8, and in that he included C++. With the help of that, they created some kind of packages, and that is getting used in Node.js. So these are the things I already mentioned, that Chrome is having V8. This Microsoft is having Chakra. This Firefox is having a Spider Monkey. Okay, so Opera is also using V8. Safari is using Nitro. So this is the inbuilt JavaScript engine out there for every particular browser. Okay, so that's all. We have already discussed about SQL and NoSQL database as well. I guess SQL and NoSQL database is clear to all of you. Okay, so is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Super. So we are already out of time now. It's open for questions and answers. Like if you guys are having any kind of query, you can raise your query now.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what was Linux doing in the stack? Cause it's operating system.
What you say?
What was Linux doing in the stack? LAMP stack, I guess.
Yeah. That was using like LAMP stack is there. One second. Yeah, LAMP stack is there. In that we are having Linux, Apache, and in that we are using PHP. So this was the stack. With the help of that also, you can go through that stack if you want. But yeah, very rarely companies are using LAMP stack. But yeah, that is also, and in most of the company, like whenever you will be working in backend, they are using full Linux. So you just need to aware of this operating system as well. So, and whatever backend is there, that is Linux based, based terminal you'll be getting, and over there you'll be installing all the packages you need for backend. So knowing Linux, that is most important for any stack. If you are working with Node.js also, then if you're working into production, at that time you'll be getting a terminal. You need to install everything, and there you will be working in terminal, and there all the this Linux command will be used. So knowing Linux is most important. So that operating system, knowing that, this is most important. Okay. Any other questions? Is it clear? Okay. So fine. I guess any other question anyone wants to ask?
Yes, sir. One more question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, is using CSS framework efficient?
CSS framework efficient. See, every technology is having their own pros and cons. It's not like this particular technologies is more. Initially Facebook was made with PHP. It is not like you can made Facebook only with PHP. You can use any other. They might have used Java, and they can make that Facebook at that time using Java also. It's like what came into your mind, and at that time you think like, okay, I will be working with this and it will be most effective. So based on your requirement, what kind of your requirement, suppose in many cases, suppose if you want to make application like IRCTC, there everything will be in structure format. So there you will be using, there you will be using SQL database. Suppose if you are dealing with use data, there you will need MongoDB, NoSQL database. So that is all upon requirement. Which kind of requirement you are having, which kind of what your client is expecting from you, what your business business owner is expecting from you. Based on that requirement, we will be using technologies, and every technology is having their own pros and cons. Based on a requirement, we will be going to that particular technologies. Okay, super. Is there demand of web developers now and in future? Obviously, I already said, like, all the companies, if you'll talk about MNCs, if you'll talk about a startup, any companies, they are looking for developers. Everybody needs developer, especially in the product based company. They need developer, they need like typical developers. They will be searching for software developer. Either they are going to be front end, back end. So obviously they are looking for developer in today's world. So always there will be a need of developers. Okay, so that is only, if you'll be getting into LinkedIn, you will be seeing like most of the designation for this development only. They'll be saying I'm software developer. So developer role will be always important, and coming years it will be more important, and it will exponentially grow like anything. Okay, so web development, it is most important. You just need to, and every particular software engineer, like the people who are into this software industry, they need to aware of this web development and all. Okay, so that's all.
So, how do we implement machine learning into web development?
Yeah, see, suppose you have made a particular you made a particular project, okay, that is predicting something, or that is, you made a machine learning model or anything. Then you want to make like you want to you want that should be accessed by everyone, or the world. It's not like you obviously, when you will be making any kind of model, you want that model to be accessed by everyone. So while coming to deployment, if you'll be talking about deployment so that it can access by everyone, at that time we need to go through this web development only. Suppose if you want to give a user interface, at that time you need this web development part. Then only you will be getting to know about, like, suppose you did some kind of modeling, machine learning modeling. At that time you can make, you will be using that front end or back end, and using machine learning, these all things, when you will be connecting, then only you'll be getting a full software. So that's the most important thing. Without web development you can't think of anything. It's like, in software, if you will talk about YouTube is out here, right? YouTube. So if you'll talk about YouTube, what YouTube will do, it will show the things like which you have already searched before. It will show you that kind of thing, right? It will show you the recommendations you have searched. Suppose if you are searching song for Sidhu Moosewala, you'll be getting that song only in future also. If you are searching something related to study web development, you'll be getting that in future. So that's what is that is machine learning. Based on your previous activities, YouTube is showing you something which you want to see. And what is that interface? That is web development. Using React, using Node.js, they made the front end. So what they are doing in backend, they are using machine learning. In front end, they are showing you some kind of output. Okay, so using these all stack. So what YouTube will say, I'm using machine learning in backend. For that, I'm using Python or whatever they're using. So they'll be saying, okay, these all of the stacks. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you suggest some of the project to start with after full? Okay, see, you can make, first of all, you just make a portfolio website. Okay, just go learn this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. When make your portfolio website like this. See, I have made a portfolio website in my second year. So you can also make. This is using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, this is using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you can also make something like this. First target that I just need to make a portfolio website. And everyone make your GitHub. If you are into this software industry, everybody need to have a GitHub, and you can follow me on GitHub as well. And you see, that was the first project you can make. And apart from this, you can make like there are tons of projects in JavaScript. You can make a simple game. Using React, you can make to-do app or weather application. So these kind of thing you can make. Once you will be into this, you will be getting to know everything. It's not like something rocket science kind of. If you learn HTML, you will see, okay, I can make form easily, I can make these all things, you know. So that is not that much tough. Okay, so once you will get into this particular domain, everything will be open, automatically the things will open. Okay, so this is not that much tough. You can do the things very easily. It's not that much tough. Once you will be into this, if you learn this particular JavaScript or HTML, if you learn anything, then you will automatically get to know what to do next. If you learn HTML, it's like you can make projects. Okay, so this is as simple. You can go into this particular domain and you can do that. Okay, is it clear? I will suggest everyone to make their GitHub profile. Okay, strongly recommended. And you can follow me on GitHub. I'm also like active on GitHub. So that's all. And if somebody wants to make their portfolio website, you can contact me. Okay, I will guide you how to make that also. Okay. Anybody else wants to ask any question? This is my contact number. 8969 9129. This is my WhatsApp number. You can contact on WhatsApp. Nobody's having any questions, further questions?
I want to see last slide of the PPT.
Last slide of PPT. In that only some of the stack is mentioned. Like I just mentioned, like these all are the front end. This is back end. Databases. We are having these all. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, will this PPT will available on the group?
Yeah. Okay. I will
Because I
share
was
this
not.
particular. I will share this particular PPT to your event handler. They will be sharing with you. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
and also we will be sharing the details of contact,
Okay.
and it will be pinned in comment section of YouTube also for the viewers.
Okay. Fine. So anybody's having any questions? Okay. So it's already out of time. So we'll wind up. Anybody's having any further question, they can contact me.
Yeah,
Fine.
there
Thank you
is a
very much.
feedback form available in the chat. You can fill it for your attendance, all the viewers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. By now, we have come to the end of a very informative session, and I enthusiastically embrace the opportunity to thank Mr. Shivendra for his excellent, thought provoking talks and for enlightening the audience about the huge world of web development. I would also like to thank the associative partner Logicplay SRM, the collaborative partners GFG UECU, and the GSDs and GDSC LNMIT, and the management of the Befikra community who organized the session so well. However, most importantly, I would like to thank you all, the participants, for taking out time from your busy personal and professional schedules. Without whose input, ideas, and discussion, this session would not have been the success it has. I hope this webinar has answered all your questions and doubts about web development. Thank you all.